Ghost. You see how he's a ghost? You see how he's a ghost? I often think of somebody having like strict ideals upon someone, almost to the point where they are less of a person and more of an idea or a thought, okay? But I heard ghosts. So I'm feeling here also ghosts of past love. Ghosts of past love. Don't let those imprints stay on your heart that will drag down a new connection. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette. I appreciate you all so much for coming by. Scorpios, you're up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, darlings. If you are new here, loves, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Come along and join the Ebb and Flow family. We would love to have you. And give me a like if you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you, loves. Do remember, these messages are general. They're not going to resonate with everybody. If you do need something more specific to your situation, I am offering personal readings at this time. So feel free to email me or hit me up on Facebook if you're interested. Okay, darlings, Scorpios, let's see what's coming in for my Scorpio friends. Scorpios. I hope some good things, loves. I hope you're all doing very well. Get a couple more shuffles in. We're going to go ahead and pull the entire tarot portion of the spread, and then we'll talk about it, so feel free to skip ahead if you would like. Whoop, that one didn't want to shuffle. A little bit of resistance in the cards all of a sudden. What you got going on, Scorpio? We're going to find out. We're going to find out, darling. All right, highlighted energies here. Highlighted energies for Scorpios. Oh, no. 3 of Swords. Bummer doodles. Okay. I was really hoping for a good read. New information here. New information. Ace of Cups. That's good. How to handle, how to process this new information. Ooh, we have the Star card and the Lovers. Looking better, Scorp. Looking better. That's nice. Ascension's moving forward. Moving forward for Scorpios. Ascension's moving forward. Moving forward for Scorpios. Oh gosh, that's a lot, you guys. I do see the Devil in here, the Chariot, the Hierophant, the 8 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles, darlings. Let's see if any of those guys come back out. Let's hope that Devil doesn't come back out. All right, Ascension's moving forward. Moving forward for Scorpios. That just did a little turn, darlings. Oh, Tower in reverse. Woohoo! Looking better, loves. Looking better. Your lesson. Lesson here for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to learn here? What is the lesson for Scorpios? They'll come when they're ready. There it is. Your lesson, darling? 8 of Wands. Interesting. With an underlined energy for our tarot portion of the read as the Empress. Okay, darling, you got a card of Gemini here, card of Aquarius, and your card with the Tower here, darlings. Other than that, we got air energy, Wands energy, so and water. So really, you could be dealing with anybody, but we have Aquarius and Gemini and you on the table, darlings. Okay, let's talk about it. Something here recently has broke your heart. You're living in an energy of a broken heart. This could be a third party for some of you. Others of you, just general heartbreak. You may be having issues with the heartbreak from the past. Others of you are feeling this now due to something that just recently happened. But you're living in this energy where you may be very depressed and sad at this time. What you need to know, the new information for you, darling, a brand new opportunity in love. A brand new cup of love here being offered by the universe. An opportunity of love being given to where the cup is overflowing with love and joy. Okay? This is new information for you. This is new information that an opportunity is coming. An opportunity of love is coming. How to handle and process it. Well, darlings, it looks like here with the wish card, you've poured your essence into something. You've poured your emotion into something here to cast a wish. The wishes I feel now being granted, especially coming next to the Lovers. The Lovers card of Gemini there, twin flame, soulmate energy, a deep connection of love here. Deep connection of love. So it feels like here, darling, how to handle and process it is when this cup of love comes in, when this new lovely, beautiful opportunity comes in, really allow yourself to roll with it, because it's like you've manifested it, you've wished for it, you've brought it into your reality. There's a lot of beauty in the Star card as well, a lot of peace and harmonization there, a lot of blessings as well with what has been granted to you. And so it feels, darling, here what was granted to you was love, and a true connection of love after, and maybe even in the midst of, a very deep heartbreak, okay? Your ascensions moving forward is your Tower card in reverse. Okay, Tower's still here. Moments occurred, things caught you off guard, darling. Really now needing to let it go. Really now needing to learn the lesson in order to move forward about the sturdiness of your foundations. You see, because the Tower falls only when the lightning hits, you know, and the event occurs, the Tower falls. So really, it's all because it wasn't built on a sturdy enough foundation to begin with. So here, sturdying your foundations as you go forward, making sure that the tower that you build from now on is up to code, basically, so that it can withstand any bit of heartbreak or any challenges that may come along. And I feel like these challenges will be pretty safe to say they're related to a love here, a deep love connection, twin flame soulmate energy, and a love offer. Okay, and I feel because this is new information, it may be for a lot of you a new love offer that you manifested in your reality through your wishes. Okay, so just make sure that as you go forward, really allow this pain to die, whatever is breaking your heart. Oh, I heard death. So for some of you, it could be death in a family, or death of something. You've maybe let something go recently that needed to go, okay? It could be the end of a job or a relationship. Like I said earlier, there could be third-party energy there for some of you, all right? But whatever it is that is hurting you right now, Scorpio, really making sure that as you go forward, you're building your tower upon something much more sturdy this time around, okay? So that you can have a proper ascension going forward. Really here, 8 of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo being your lesson, darling. The way that you communicate. This is fast, rapid communication flying through the airwaves. This is passionate. This is could be arguments, could be things like of that nature, could be you sending out messages to others outside the relationship, okay? Back and forth, rapid, passionate communication. Now, passionate could mean sexual. It could mean passion as in there's a fight or something like that. Or it could just be good, you know, passionate, creative types of ideas. But whatever this is for you, Scorpio, really take the lesson that's being handed to you here, because something about the way you've been communicating or who you've been communicating to is a lesson for you. You've got to learn from that, okay? Only you really know who or how you've been communicating. So really take this card as it applies to you, because for some of you, you may have got caught or you have yet to get caught communicating outside of your relationship. For others of you, you were caught, and that's why it's breaking your heart. Some of you, this is just general communication, watching your temper when you talk to people. Maybe even for others, having a more direct approach to the way that you speak to people, because of this back and forth rapid. It's like flying through the airwaves. There's something about it that's uncommittable. There's something about it that's flighty, willy-nilly. It comes flying through the air at somebody, you feel me? And so really the way that you communicate, the style in which you're communicating or who you're communicating with really needs to be changed. Potentially for some of you, just a more direct communication rather than I'm feeling like a scheme. Maybe it's because I know how us Scorpios roll. Yeah, maybe it's I know how we roll. But watching the way that you communicate is an incredibly important lesson that you need to learn, darling. You've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Now, this is that motherly energy. She takes the seed of something. She nurtures it until it grows abundantly. So, all around her is beauty. She takes care of people. She takes care of things. Here, a nourishment of self, I feel, is needed, but also because your heart is broken. So a nourishment of self is really needed here to mend your broken heart, but also this could be conflicts with a motherly figure in your life, okay? Could be the mother, father of your children. You could be a mother here or a father as well, or you could be dealing with your mother or father, okay? Because the Lovers is here, I feel really strongly nurturing yourself here. With the Three of Swords as well, your heart is broken, darling, and you're moving on to new love. You're moving on to new love, and you really got to nourish yourself and watch the way that you're communicating with somebody in order for this heartbreak to fade and for you to actually obtain the blessings of this connection, because the offer is here. The gift is going to be given here. If you haven't felt this, it's coming in your future. So it's coming soon for you, darlings. A brand new beginning in love. But you really got to allow the beginning to occur. You've really got to watch that heartbreak. I feel like that heartbreak, it's going to bleed into your new love connection. You know, I just heard ghost. Ghost. You see how he's a ghost? You see how he's a ghost? I often think of somebody having like strict ideals upon someone, almost to the point where they are less of a person and more of an idea or a thought, okay? But I heard ghost. So I'm feeling here also ghosts of past love. Ghosts of past love. Don't let those imprints stay on your heart that will drag down a new connection, darlings. Resentments, don't hold resentments. Really try to build up the sturdiness of your own personal foundations. Really nourish yourself here, Scorpio, so that you can go forward in a much better light and a better way. Because when the offer comes, if you're stewing, if you're stuck in resentment, if you know that you're communicating with somebody you're not supposed to, or you're communicating with somebody that's a back and forth, like an argument, that old love or whatever this was, like, let it go already. Because the sooner you let it go, the faster when these things come into your reality, you're going to be much more prepared for them. So let's get you some advice, darlings. Let's get you some advice. Highlighted advice here. Highlighted energies, highlighted advice for Scorpios. Disruption. Okay, so for some of you, this was a breakup, right, with that Three of Swords. Feeling a total heartbreak. There's been a disruption in your routine. You've got to stand your ground here. Maybe you are trying to stand your ground to pull it. You've got 2 sevens. Look at that. 2 sevens. Sevens breaking down to a 14, which breaks down to a 5. Something here needs to change, darling. Something needs to change. You really got to stand your ground and allow the disruption to occur, because there's better luck in allowing the disruption. You see how he's holding his heart? You're very heartbroken at this time. Something has disrupted your normal and natural routine, and I feel like right now you may not see the blessing in it, but if you stand strong who you are and stand in your personal light here, you can eventually pull out of this heartbreak. All right? For those of you who are dealing with an actual death, like a death in the family, because I heard death. Of course there's a disruption in your normal routine because this person won't be a part of your life any longer, and that could consist of a breakup as well, but really holding your heart here in a position where you're going to continue to hurt isn't going to help anybody, and neither would your relatives. Your relatives wouldn't want that for you either. So the blessing really comes from the light within you, and for your nourishment. You know, to find the nourishing direction in which you need to go here, darling. Nourishing yourself so that you can stand your ground as well. You feel me? Because you're going to have better luck when you allow something to change. When you allow something to change, even though it may hurt and it may be feel very disruptive, and you may want to clench your chest, you know what I mean, in pain or anguish or fright. Protecting, shielding yourself from further hurt as well. I feel if you're living in the defense, if you're living in defense mode, that's not going to really help your heart, darling. And I know us Scorpios tend to think that. We tend to think that if we shield our heart and we pull back from connections, or we pull back from people, or we continue to focus on the pain, then it doesn't leave our mind. And if it doesn't leave our mind, nobody else can hurt us again. But that's really not true. Really what you're doing here, darling, is you're bringing things into your reality that will later really mess up what you actually have coming in. Okay? So standing your ground to kind of go against, it's almost like you kind of have to go against your natural cycles in a way. Because your natural cycles as a Scorpio is, oh God, I got hurt, sting, sting, sting back. I feel like we went through this last reading. Sting, sting, sting back. I've got all this resentment. I'm going to hold on to it because this way I'll never forget and I will never get hurt again. And that's just not true. And that is literally not how manifestation works either. So the more that you're focused, your Scorpio, on your heartbreak or the death of a situation. Now, if that was physical death, I am so sorry for your loss. For those who are experiencing that, just know that they don't want you to be sad. They want you to go on to live a happy life. And that may seem almost damn near impossible, but that mindset has to change. They are happier where they're at, and they want to see you happy following your personal light, okay? That's just for those of you dealing with actual death, like in your families and things. For others of you, for something that has died, that's needed to die, and has broken your heart, such as a relationship, the end of a job, or a third-party energy, something like that. Potential breakup here, really standing your ground, following your personal light, and allowing yourself to seek the light within you instead of holding on to that heartbreak will really allow you to progress forward so much quicker. Holding on to those resentments, you're not hurt, you're not doing anything for yourself. You are literally only hurting yourself. The universe hears what you're saying here, Scorpio, and they will give you what you expect to see. So if you expect that somebody's going to always break your heart, you will always have heartbreak, okay? And that's just me telling you the truth here, babes. Fulfillment of wishes. See, your new information, you've got a lot of love coming to you, darling. You've got a cup overflowing with love, an abundance of a brand new opportunity in love, and a fulfillment of wishes. 9s being completions here, baby. You will feel completely, look at, they've both got a waterfall, like just waterfall of emotion. Overwhelming here, how beautiful and abundant this is, even starting from the beginning. Literally, you can almost say you're starting from the Ace and going to the 9. A completion and an essence of happiness, boom, coming as a new information to you. There's a lot of emotion going to be poured out on you very soon here, Scorpio. And I feel like if you're sheltering your heart too much from that heartbreak that you're feeling now, you're not going to be able to get this as quickly, right? You know, there's a potential that you might repel it right out of your reality, altogether. So really, knowing that there is a completion here. There is a completion of a cycle. There is wish fulfillment, and there is a new cup of love that is about to overflow upon you, darling. And I feel like here, knowing that is incredibly important. It will help you maybe get to a point where you don't have to shield your heart so much, darling. Material and spiritual prosperity here. Another balance with your 6 here. Oh, is that the first one? Oh, that's the first one. So you have balance here with your 6. Prosperity here within a connection, material, spiritual prosperity, wishing on a star. See, spirituality coming into your physical realm with the red border here. Black border cards, sorry, are major arcanas. So you have one major here in this deck with our advice already, but the red is talking about the physical realm. So here it's almost like you have literally wished it into your reality. Through your spirituality, darling, you've manifested love. And now there will be a lot of material and spiritual prosperity even further coming from a connection of love, if you allow it. All right? It's very important that you allow that heartbreak that you're living in to fade away and die. And it's very hard for Scorpios to let go of heartbreak. I understand that. It's not easy when you think you've been betrayed, when you think that you have been... when you know you've been hurt. It's not easy. Mental conflict here. Your ascension's moving forward. Mental conflict, darling. It's not easy for a Scorpio to make the decision to let it go. But that is literally what needs to be done, darlings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I understand you're living in the ultimate essence of pain. And I don't know what is exactly you're going through, because for all of you it's different. So for some of you, my deepest condolences if it is death related. And I'm only saying that because I actually heard that, okay? So for some of you that is the case. Your heart is broken right now. Others of you, it's a... It's that third party energy or possible breakup. Something has hurt you, okay? If you stay stuck in this mental energy, you will be stuck in mental conflict. You won't be able to rebuild a tower. You won't be able to pick up the pieces and go on to something better for yourself if you don't make the decision here to do so, darlings, okay? And I just got to be honest. I just got to be honest that it's a decision. It's a decision that you are making or will need to make in order to really move forward within your life and within a new love connection that is coming your way. And there's a blessing with this. So because we're so powerful as people, and we are the rulers of our bubble of a life, right? Literally, you brought this in, you could push it right out. And it's all on you how abundant your life is, okay? So really allow yourself to be fulfilled. Allow yourself to accept the cup of love, no matter what pain lies in your heart, all right? It's weighing on you. No matter what this pain is, it's weighing on you. And I feel like the pain itself will affect the new connection in some way. So needing to make the decision here to let go of that mental conflict, this back and forth within your mind, a mind within a mind, overthinking things, and overthinking the rebuild of a tower here, it'll cause more struggles. It'll cause more struggles for you. Excuse me, loves. And I feel like the last thing that you want when you're trying to rebuild a tower is to keep thinking in the back of your mind, should I be building this tower? Am I building it right? Am I building it with the right person? And just back and forth in your mind. It's going to cause you to go back into a mentally stuck energy where you feel like you can't stand your ground and there won't be a fulfillment of wishes because you will stop your own train here. And I'm just being honest with what I see. You have to make the decision with the two. You have to make the decision to want to rebuild your own tower and to nourish yourself and offer nourishment to a connection. Okay, for some of you, that's a motherly, fatherly connection. Others of you, you are a mother, father, and this is a brand new connection. And still even others of you, and even more so, just needing to nurture yourself to get over the heartbreak. It's very important. You got to make that mental decision that you love yourself more than to keep stewing on it. Because when you stew on it, really you take away from your own blessings. You don't mess up anybody else's. You know what I mean? And I know us Scorpios like to be a little vindictive at times, so I'm really, lessons here for Scorpio. I'm really hoping, darlings, that you don't take it that route because I feel like you're better than that. I feel like you're more powerful than that to get out of that energy where that is your main go-to, right? Rest and rejuvenation coming in as a lesson for you. Rest and rejuvenate. Any further lessons? I feel like there's more. Further lessons for Scorpio. I heard give it a rest. Give it a rest. Interesting. We have solitude at the bottom of the deck as the overall energy. Patience and planning. And we've got a flyer here, darling. I knew that wasn't all of it. Yeah, shadow. I knew that wasn't all of it. Okay, babies. With the way that you've been communicating, potentially hot-headedly, right, or with somebody that you're not supposed to, give it a rest. That's what I heard. Give it a rest. Rest and rejuvenate also means to pull back. I often think of the Four of Swords. We do have a 4 here. Talking about your foundations, darling. It's where you stand. Some of you deeply need rest of soul here. So go within, pull back from your care, pull back from the way that you're communicating so swiftly and quickly. Really go within yourself to figure out what is in your best what is the best decision that you can make here to sturdy your own foundations. This has a lot to do with your foundations here, Scorpio. With your card of the Tower coming in reverse, you're trying to rebuild. You're trying to rebuild after something tore down your tower here. You're going to need some patience and planning. Be a little bit easy on yourself. I feel very harsh energy. Some of you are growing impatient. That's maybe why you're communicating back and forth rapidly through the airwaves. Others of you were never supposed to communicate with somebody to begin with. This is different for all of you. But patience and planning, being patient with yourself, planning out your physicality, planning out where you're going to be going from here on out and what you're building from here on out to sturdy your foundations here, because there's a lot of luck coming your way as long as you allow a cycle to complete, darling. You have to allow the cycle to complete and allow that old pain to die. And I know that it's hard because you're living in the pain. So old pain, it's subjective. It could be old for some of you. You brought it back. Okay. Others of you, you know, there was a tower moment. Something recently happened that hurt you, broke your heart. All right. But you still have to make the decision of patiently having patience and planning and patiently planning where you're going to go next. Okay. And it's very important here, darlings. Shadow, another major, that you accept yourself for all that you are. All right. Everybody has the dark and the light side to them. Everybody has a negative and positive, you could say, sort of energy, right? We all have masculine and feminine as well. It's the duality. It's part of the polarity in the world that we live, right? Into this 4D, 3D, whatever we're in realm, right? 9. Completions here. We're looking at a complete person, really allowing yourself to be complete. Allowing yourself to be complete no matter what just happened that broke your heart. Realizing here, darlings, that giving into your shadow side for any reason is really, though you have a shadow side, it doesn't mean you have to live in your shadow essence. You can still greatly accept your shadow side, accept what it has taught you, and still go on to live a light-sided life. And in fact, really facing your shadow and completion. We're looking at a complete person, completion of self here. So really understanding that everybody has these energies, forgiving yourself for your dark side and not feeding into that is going to help you. This is your lesson, that you need to have patience with yourself. You need to pull back, go into yourself to sturdy that foundation, and really come into an acceptance here, Scorpio, of all that you are, and even, I heard universe. So even all the good and the bad that happens in the universe. Because these are things that keep the balance. They're things that, that's the way that the world works. We all have good and bad. We all have light and dark, right? So understanding that there's a completion in the way that the world works. There's a balance in the darkness and the lightness as well. Try here as well are also not to give into your shadow side. Because again, I feel a lot of that begrudging Scorpio stinger type energy, and it's just going to take you on a path that is not in your greatest good, darling. So I would really recommend that instead of holding grudges and instead of holding on to the heartbreak, that you stand your ground, you follow your own personal light, and you make the decision to let go of that mental conflict and allow a change in your life, allow new love to come in that will lead you to a much better place, okay? Solitude, another 9, another completion here. You see how she's studying, she's got a book in her hand. Solitude, going within, really pulling away from somebody in particular, maybe society in general or your family, to gain some insight. So really, and that kind of goes right along with the Hermit card, the Four of Swords, rest and rejuvenation. Having a little bit of solitude to gain some clarity as well, darling, because you will be mentally conflicted here coming in the future if you do not make the conscious choice to nurture yourself out of this heartbreak. Okay, and a lot of you need to go within and rest. Pull back from that communication as well in order to sturdy your foundations. Create some solitude so that you can study some higher knowledge, some things that will be beneficial, some spirituality that will be beneficial for you to break away from that mental conflict and really heal your heart here, darling, so that you can have that material and spiritual prosperity, so that you can have all the love and abundance that is on its way to you. Remember, this is how to handle and process. Remember, you brought this into your reality. And so many of you may bring it into your reality and go, no, I'm not ready for it. Well, you may have started months ago manifesting and now it's here and maybe you're not ready for it. But allow yourself to get ready for it. I know that you're hurt. I know that you're heartbroken. But allowing yourself to make that decision, to get out of the mental conflict, to sturdy your foundations, to build a new tower, here. Allow yourself to do it so that you can actually enjoy what it is that you've wished for here, because it's coming, it's on its way. And I feel like right now you're resistant to it for some reason, because you're in this heartbroken energy. But go within, realize where it was along the line that you brought this into your reality, so that you can have that new beginning. You've got a new beginning underneath that. So and balance underneath that. So really allowing yourself to find balance within yourself. Come into an acceptance of yourself and make that decision here, Scorp, to give it a rest. Literally give it a rest. Give yourself a rest. Give the heartbreak a rest. Give your heart a rest. You know what I mean? Let it go. Let the old things die. Process this heartbreak however you need to process. But just know that you've got an abundance coming your way that you have created. You have poured energy into it. There's a blessing here of beautiful things, of love and sturdiness within your physical realm. So making the decision to allow those things to enter and bury that heartbreak will really, nurturing yourself through it, will really help you to receive this blessing a lot faster, darling. Okay? Whew. Oh, Scorpio. I'm sorry. Please remember what I've said. I wish you the best of luck, my friends, with all that you're going through. You will be in my prayers. I know you can do this. You just have to remember how strong you are, Scorp. Because here you can hold a grudge for forever. You can cause that stinger. You're powerful, right? Know how powerful you are to undo that. Know how powerful you are, that you don't have to live in that energy, and you do not have to go and roll with it, because it will affect your abundance later, and that's not what you want. You've brought this in. Keep it. No matter what's going on with that heart, just make the decision here to stand strong and stand your ground to follow your personal light here. That will help you. And be patient with yourself while you do it. Accept yourself while you do it. And I heard mistakes. Accept yourself and all the mistakes that you may have made. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness here. To allow this to occur so that you can build yourself back up, darling. Because that's what you're going to be doing as you go forward, but not if you don't make the mental decision to do so. Okay? All right, Scorps, that's all I have. Whew. I wish you the best of luck. Again, please stay safe. Please take care out there in the world, darlings. And until I see you next time, peace, love, light, always, Scorpios.